Good morning. I was watching a friend Matt Lindsay on his Facebook this morning working out in his I don't know, he's got no t-shirt on. He's just kind of playing guitar without his shirt on. getting it going. You know, he's quite an animal. He's quite an animal. Matt Lindsay, if you haven't seen him yet, you'll enjoy him for sure. Funny guy. Good morning, Mr. Kevin. Good morning, Mr. Tortorello, and good morning, friends. We are here for another beautiful day with the guitar, another beautiful morning with the guitar, and I see the likes already coming on, and I love it. I love starting out that way. I'm not sure if you need an A440, but here it is, just to get started. We're going to start with 4 attacks per beat today, and good morning, Raul. Good morning, Mr. Werner. Excuse me. So I think for the most part my cold is now cleared up. And I checked out, you'll be happy to know, Anthony, I checked out some Dennis yesterday, and man, what a great ensemble that is. No shortage of talent in that band. No shortage of talent there. So if you haven't checked out what Anthony's got going on his YouTube channel, his personal YouTube channel, and then he's got a project that the only one I'm aware of currently is the Denim Dennis, and they've got some nice videos on YouTube, wonderful live performances. I saw a 9 Inch Nails tune going through his, getting under his fingers on. He was running some neck over a 9 Inch Nails song. Just a really cool thing to see, you know. And I really thank you for being here. And that just kind of is a testament to what, you know, the level of musicianship that is showing up for these live streams. Good morning, Marlon. I see you. Good morning. In the video Crossroads, the drummer has his mobile out of his shirt pocket. Posture's going all right. Breath is going all right. Everybody else? Everybody else doing all right this morning? Let's go ahead and get moving, okay? So we're just going to double check on the tuning and 𝗟𝗶's pocket, yeah. Yeah, TJ. Good morning, TJ. Just getting into the, it feels like a Monday morning for me for some reason. I'm not sure why. Anybody else feel like a Monday morning today? So if you're just coming on board, we are here doing our morning ritual, our morning warm-ups. And I hope you brought a guitar, and I hope you're joining us. And as you can see, we have some friends here already just banging on that like button. So Thank you very much. And I see we're already 5 minutes into it, so I want to keep us, as we start to progress in our venture here, as we enter the world of mad gains, I want to focus on keeping ourselves on track and on time. And so today we might enter some new territory, but we are going to start with the old 4 attacks per beat. We're going through the chromatic work. When we do get to the 4-finger, when we do graduate back to the 4-fingered guitarist, we are going to use the Steve Vai workout today, because we have some benefits from that, and we'll talk about that a little bit more when we reach that point, okay? So, Mad Guitar Gains 2025, yeah! Feels like Tuesday, yeah, doing all right. Let's go. So we're doing it. 1 E, all right, fingers 3 and 4 for the newcomers. We're using fingers 3 and 4 on frets 11 and 12, and we're using 60 beats per minute. You're in good hands. A lot of great people in here in the live chat, so check it out. Get comfortable, and let's take off. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a faux E and a. Here we go. This is literally where the rubber meets the road. And this is where we find mental clarity. This is where we find if we practice hard enough, if we focus hard enough, we can find connectivity, we can find peace of mind, we can find great tone, we can find solid rhythm, we can find good quality breathing patterns. We can find good quality friendship, companionship, musicianship. There's no end to the things that we can find during our practice session. Fingers 2 and 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a faux E and a. Hey James. 7 Nation sausages. Yeah, that's right. I don't eat breakfast before. I used to get up and eat at 4:30. You know, I'm one of those types that can eat whenever. You know, I'll wake up and then put an omelet on. You know, a 5 ingredient 2-egg omelet, and really get that dialed in. But I've been fasting before this morning warm up, this morning ritual. I have a friend who, David Sanchez. He's a wonderful keyboard player, and what he does is he doesn't eat anything an hour before he starts to play, and at least an hour before he starts. And he also wears loose clothing when he performs or records or plays, you know. So I've tried it since we've started this morning ritual, and I've started with fasting, and then I went to a few days of not fasting, and there's a noticeable difference for me personally. And so I choose to just I don't break the fast until after I'm finished with all of my morning ritual stuff. 1 E, fingers 1 and 2. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a faux E and a chromatic exercises for breakfast. Yeah, now we're talking. Hefty sausage. Crazy Boys TV, what's your orange electric? Where's your orange electric at? My appetite takes a few hours to wake up. Yeah, everyone's different, you know, and I think my wife is the same way. She couldn't even think about eating when she wakes up. You know, I can roll right out of the rack and then just start hammering on the calories. It doesn't even matter. It could be a cake, it could be a hamburger, a pizza, you know, it could be a beautiful plates of eggs Benedict with the, you know, the jalapenos on it, or it could be heirloom tomatoes, whatever it takes. But I really do enjoy getting that fasting done, because it does kind of help with clarity for me, right? For me. So we're carrying on with carrying on. We'll use the 3 and 4 fingers stretch. Ready? 1 and 2 and you know what to do, and yeah. And if you're just coming on board, we're doing this 5 days a week for the entire year of 2025. That's correct. You heard it right. You heard it first. You heard it here. You heard it. It's the truth. It's the truth. That's all we're doing is 7:30 a.m. every morning. We're showing up with the guitar and we're literally going through the warm-up. I'm trying to mitigate dilly-dally because you guys are all so busy and your time is so precious that I do not want to squander it. I don't want to be the one to teach you how to squander your time. If you choose to do that, you can easily figure that out on your own. But I would like to just remain focused and practice my breath as I ascend and descend these patterns with you. Fingers 2 and 3 stretch. Frets 9 or frets 10 and 12. Ready? 1 E. Devin. Yeah, we got a newcomer. Let's welcome all of the newcomers. Let's take a second and just welcome all of the newcomers. These are some new names that I'm seeing here, and I'd want to welcome you and definitely invite you to stick around and come back. This is and will remain free of charge. It's not free because you're spending your time if you do decide to come and repetitively be here, but it's it's going to run at least a half an hour. It's going to be 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every morning, 5 days a week anyway. And we're just going to run through some breathing. We're going to run through the tuning process together. We are going to wake up the guitar together every day of 2025. And we are going to register some mad gains. We're going to make it rain gains. Do you know what I mean? So let's take a look at fingers 2 and 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a there we go. I am not in a barn. Hey, hello from Tucson. Yeah, right on. Yes. It is barn boards, though. It's good that you asked. It's funny you mentioned that because it's a pallet accent wall that my son and we put up together, and then he made the barn door behind me. This is actually our doggy room. We have a few Springer Spaniels, English Springer Spaniels, and they love to hang around. They might come in later today or later this morning, but this is their room. This is their sort of sanctuary. They are super dogs, super part members of the family. I appreciate you asking that. I have a beautiful post on Beam Barn, though. Maybe we'll do some session work as it gets warmer up here. Fingers 1 and 2. Let's do fingers 1 and 2. Bless you. That sounded kind of like a sneeze. 1 E and a 2 E and a 10 and 12. There we go. Yeah. And I'm already feeling the gains, I'm already feeling that I'm progressing along with these kinds of practices because I'm using fingers 1 and 2, and I'm stretching those. I'm also going to do fingers 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 today. We're going to get down to those stretches and really activate our fret hands today. And you can see as I move along that my picking sequence remains committed to alternate picking. This is all just basically down, up with the right hand. And I'm carefully working on making that approach, the approach to the attack of the string. I don't go very far. So here's what's going on. Let's do this on the low E string so we can see it. When I pluck through the string, I'm going to load the string with tension. Not so much tension that I'm going to break the string, because I'm going to let the guitar, the box, or the amplifier do the work. But I'm going to use that downstroke, and I'm going to stop my hand halfway to the next string. Typically what will happen is when we load, it's like loading a bow and arrow. So when I draw the string, there's this energy that's stored, and then when I let go, that energy just flings that arrow for, a few, tens of yards into its target. But I don't want to, I want to be in full control of that. That's called a rest stroke, and that's an important technique to know. But for us, for the moment, I'm going to encourage you to just think about arresting your fall. We're coming through the string, and the smaller the movement, the more microscopic the movement, the more control we have over the attack of the string. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And then theoretically, the smaller the pick attack, the pick stroke, you're speeding up your technique, right? So that's what I'm really working on with my right hand with all of this. Where were we? Oh yeah, fingers 2 and 4. We're going to do the old 2-finger stretch this time with frets 9 and 12. So we have 2, it's going to sound like this, and it's 4 attacks per beat again. And if I'm missing comments, don't worry, I'm going to come back through the comments in about at the 15-minute marker, which is coming right up. And I'll go through, while I stretch, I'll go through some of these comments and we'll catch up there, okay? Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for your patience, and thank you for bearing with me. Frets 9 and 12, fingers 2 and 4. Here we go, 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E and a. Getting through fingers 2 and 4 with a stretch, a 2-fret stretch between the two, and this is really giving our left hand some serious advantage over, just some advantage over some of the chords that are coming up in the chord chemistry, series. And remember, I talked about the Zen guitarist yesterday. It sounds like he wants to jump on board and talk a little bit about, I'm not sure, he wants to do a little bit of a just sort of a discussion, sort of a discussion lab, a listening session, a talk session. So we're using fingers 1 and 3 and frets 9 and 12, same program, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 2. There we go. Yeah, here we go. And we're off on our mad dash to sizable gains, lofty goals through the rest of the 2025. We have an effort that, I'm committed to being here 5 days a week, and it looks like we've gotten, some additional interest here. And as we start to gain, some public trust, I'm confident that we will see some more communication in the live chat, which is designed for, players to, ask questions, and maybe we can run with a thread or run with a theme as we proceed through our warm-ups through this year. So this is designed for all of us to grow as we go. Now, we didn't do the 1 and 4. Let's go ahead and do the 1 and 4. We'll use a stretch between fingers 1 and 4. We'll use numbers 8 and 12, and we'll use that 1. So we're using 1, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got a 4-fret spread here, a 3-fret gap, okay, a 3-fret skip. 1 E and a 2, and let's put the metronome on 2 and 4. 1, 2, you know what to do. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1. There we go. After this, we'll commit to a quick stretch, okay? Just a 1-minute stretch cycle. but we've got to do it. We've been at it for just over 15 minutes now, just about 15 minutes. We didn't count the tuning time. Still got to adjust my truss rod. I'll do that probably later today. I might do that on a live session. I might leave it for the beginning of our next live session. You know, it's really, you know, when you're around a dinner table, when you're seated at the dinner table and it just gets, you notice it gets quiet. No one's talking because the food is just that good. You're just so involved in appreciating that moment of nourishment. And, you know, I always like that when we're moving through new exercises here on the channel in the morning ritual, and it just goes kind of quiet. You know, I know you're all hard at work. So I'm going to back up. I'm going to back up and just make sure I didn't miss anything for comments. And I invite you to join me with the stretch. This will take about 15 seconds here, 15 seconds here, 15 seconds here and here. So we're looking at about a minute, and I see all of the good mornings get going. They get started right away. I see TJ's a relatively new, bright, shiny face. 𝗟𝗶𝘁𝗂𝗋, you look like my uncle. And 𝗏𝗏𝗃. Hey there, man. What's going on? Good morning. James Wilson, welcome. Welcome to New Faces. 7 Nation Armies. Nice references. And Crazy Boys TV. I love seeing the new names. I love seeing the new faces. Devin Laster. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, I got you. All right. Devin, hello from Tucson. Yeah, right on, man. Rock on for sure. Puvendran Pile, are you in a barn? No. I could be. I mean, I could say yes. Hey, Devin. Enjoy. Thank you, Kevin, for being, you know, I really appreciate the welcoming committee just kind of naturally forming that sort of ad hoc function. And TJ, welcome. Knew myself too. G, hey G, hi, cool music, thank you. Yeah, Gary, Beer Boy's back. Can you play a complete country song? I can, I absolutely can. And I really love, I love what Luke Bryan, you know, I had a friend who was a guitar student and friend of mine for about a decade, and all he wanted to do was learn how to play Luke Bryan songs. And man, I just fell in love with Luke Bryan's repertoire. So any other Luke Bryan fans here, you know what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead. We're going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to illustrate what we're up to, and then we're going to shift position up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to just use 1, 2, 3, 4, whether we're ascending the string set, or whether we're descending the string set. We're using 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going all the way up to position 9 and then back down. So join me if you wouldn't mind, and we'll start now. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. And this is part of Steve Vai's very famous 10-hour guitar workout. This is figure number 1. And we're introducing a little bit more of this every day. So as we don't overwhelm, we want to be in a position to be able to absorb all of this goodness. Yeah, I think Mr. Petrucci is just one of those rare birds, you know. It's we're going all the way up to position number 9 and then descending our way back down to position number 1, and that will be the completion of this effort. Ready? We'll start up here and just keep working our way back. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a B E and a. And we're really working on tone production. I'm working on shifting my pick, suturing my way through the string set. We're leaving the fourth finger on the previous string while the first finger runs point in every situation. Finger one is always, in this exercise, running point. Feels great to get my breathing sort of under control. All right. How long have you played? I've been playing the guitar for a period of time. It doesn't happen overnight. I think I understand where you're going with that question, and it is appreciated. It can seem like terrifying to watch something, you know. To some of you it might look like I'm a trained monkey. To others it might look like I'm a highly skilled and highly proficient guitar person. So wherever you are in that whole range of awareness of the guitar, the bottom line is this is a warm-up exercise. And if you're a beginner, if I'm a beginner, I'm going to, if you're a beginner, I'm going to encourage you to do this, only because it's been encouraged to me in the past, and I've did it long enough to see the value of it, and now I want to share that good news with you. Okay, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start in position number 9. We'll come back to the Steve Vai work in a few minutes, but I'm using this diagonal pattern here, and we're going forward 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're reversing that shape to 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're descending that shape 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fingers 1. So I think you can keep up. Yeah, TJ. That whole thing about breath, I've had that discussion with some horn players, and the breath is supremely important, right? Supreme. So we've got 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a Po E and a... Now, why is the breath so important? Because as guitar players, we could, continue on and on ad infinitum without ever taking a break. And then, we don't have any sense of like humanistic phrasing, You could program a machine to do basically what that implies. When next 4 strings down, 4 middle strings, 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E and a... Good morning, random case. And we're moving to the bottom 4 strings of guitar. If you can play better than me, I'm happy for you. I would encourage you to keep honing your craft so you can play even better than yourself tomorrow. working on getting back up to position 9. There it is. Guitar's a little bit out. Let's take a quick look at the minor 7 arpeggio right here. So we'll add a little bit of tonality into our morning program before we just jump back into the permutations of 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, flat 3, or 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7, 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. And then flat 3, 1, 5, flat 7, 5, flat 3, 1. Good. And that's all we're doing. Yeah. And we're running up to position 9 or 10 or 12 or wherever we can reach, and then we'll come back down. We'll descend back to position 1 from whence whence we came. 1E and a 2E and a you know what to do. And this is, I'm doing this basically for myself. So we're sort of like, you know, alone, but together. So it's this really cool dynamic of being alone together. There's an intimate part to what we're doing, you know. We're already becoming like deeply connected to our instrument as an extension of our musical expression from within. But then what we do is now we're doing this sort of in concert with each other all over the world, you know, in synchronicity, which is mind-blowing to me. Let's take a look at the major 7 arpeggio, same thing. 1, 3, 5. I'm going to use finger 1. This is a little different. So 1. And then finger, so 1, 5, 3, no, 1, 3. I'm going to use chord tones now. So we're using the major 7 arpeggio. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, and then we shift position. Okay, so we'll start there with position number 1. 1 and a 2E and a T and a 4E and a... Ooh, 12. And then back down. Position number 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Good. Let's go ahead while we're here and just make that a dominant 7 shape, shall we? How much is that guitar? Indeed, much love from Finland. I can, all right. Cards ate my wallet. Oh, yes. Thank you for doing this. I've been playing on and off since I was 9 years old, 40 now. Amen, brother. Yes. But definitely makes me want to pick up my guitar and play. This is like, I'm always excited to get to the studio, to get to the shop. I'm playing in our dog's room right now, our dog room. But we have, you know, it's just so engaging to want to get up and get out of the rack, the morning bed, and then do the make the bed ritual, you know, the brush the teeth, the, you know, shave the, you know, all of that stuff, and get myself together so that I can come and spend the time with the guitar that I want to spend, you know. Just start the day, right? And the theory is like and Cards ate my wallet. We're doing this 5 days a week at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the entire year of 2025. So we started our first official one on the first weekday of January, and everyone here has a guitar in hand. We go through in the morning, we go through the breathing process, we go through the tuning process together, then we start with chromatics, and then we start branching out from there. Okay, so this is an evolution of the species where we're guitarists that want to improve the self, we want to improve our families, we want to improve our communities and the world at large, and we're showing up on force. We're showing up here to develop these things for ourselves. I'm assuming there will be thousands of us by the end of this year. We're going to take a look back at the first video, observe my, you know, my laughable technique, and then we're going to go and take a look at the current video a year from now, and we're going to compare the two, and we're going to take a look at what kind of gains we get from doing this 130 hours, 150 hours worth of work, maybe a couple hundred hours worth of work, just for practicing morning ritual, you know, the warm-up stuff every you know, 5 days a week over the span of a year. So that's what's going on, and it's free right now. It will remain free for the whole year. So if you're here and you think you'd like to come back, you know when to come back. So let's take a look at dominant 7 arpeggio. 1 3 5 flat 7 1 3 5 flat 7, and then back down. It's going to be a little bit of an ask for the fretting hand, but we got it. 1 E and 2 E and a T E and a go. Every time we do this, we learn something new about our fretting hand. Yeah, all right. Let's take a look at one more. Let's do minor 7 flat 5. We'll have to start that, right? It's going to look like this. It's going to be 1 flat 3 flat 5 flat 7, right? 1 flat 3 flat 5 flat 7. But because we're starting in position number 1, we've got to use the open high E string. Right, to get that. So let's take a look. 1 E and a 2 E. Very cool, brother. Thank you again. Gave you a like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see where this goes by the end of the year. Oh, you have, yeah, B, good day, mate. Yeah, that's right. That's what we're talking about. I love seeing the bisticone. I love seeing the you know, the requests, like Sweet Child of Mine. Like, that was just such a brilliant thing to witness for the very first time. That guitar tone is so unbelievable. I like to make a stovetop espresso in the morning just to get things rolling, you know, just it's a little snappy. But if you're just joining us, we're jumping onto the minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio, and we're playing it, parallel playing it up to the 9th fret or so, and then coming back down. Just continuing the warm-ups, you know, just continuing the finger warm-ups for this morning. Yeah, and it feels so good. We have all of the 4 now that we've done major 7, we've done minor 7, dominant 7, now we're doing minor 7 flat 5. So we have all of the diatonic 7ths covered, you know. All of the diatonic 7ths that belong in major scales are covered. So now what we do is we go from here, we go up 1 and then down the next one. We ascend up 1 position and come down the next, and then we ascend up the next position. So we're not really static and sitting around for any of this stuff. So we'd like to keep this show on the road because a lot of you are very busy, and I want to get, I want to get in and out. I want to do a functional practice, a functional warm-up, but I don't want to linger and cause us to dilly-dally, right? As much as I like to dilly-dally. Now, if you have requests, if you hang out to the end of the live stream in the mornings, sometimes we'll get to those requests, and I would probably likely get a lot more views if that's all I did. But we're here. We've made a commitment to be here to do our morning ritual, right? And that's what we're working on right at the moment. So if you want to see live streams, I do offer memberships for the channel, and you can do a channel membership, and we do live streams where we do transcribe and we talk about Sweet Child of Mine. We do the performances at requests and all of that stuff in an appropriate format and it's so enjoyable, and it's such a great thing for all of us, and we all have a good time doing that. So thank you so much for the requests, and you might see this request come through as a tutorial on this channel as well. I wanted to let you know because many of you are here because of the chord chemistry series on my channel. So I'm working on a separate sort of support series for the chord chemistry. So what we're doing is we're going to break down these chords that Mr. Green is sharing with us. And we're going to break them down into inversions, bite-sized inversions. And then we're using those on separate strings so that we can then introduce scale voice leading techniques from one inversion to the next. So that's coming up very shortly, okay? Just wanted to let you know that. Figure 2, and here's what, I think Raul gets really excited about this. It's I'm very weak on arpeggio. It's going to take some time. I think there are some genuine concerns around arpeggios. So one of the arpeggio exercises that I like to use that it doesn't involve sweep picking. One of the ones that I really like is the 2 octave, first octave, 2 octave. I like those arpeggios where you can kind of get that sweep going, right? And then where you kind of you're doing major and minor shapes. I like those a lot, and that's just a sweep sequence that we're going to learn with our right hands. We're going to sneak up on those things. Part of the warm-up is absorbing new things, right? So we want to take those step by step. And another thing that I like to do is, that those arpeggios that are spread out over the course of a few, with string skips, So those cause our pick hands and fretting hands to really come together in some really unnatural ways at first. So what I'll probably do is break some of these things down in a separate curated video on the channel, and then just supply the sheet music or the tabs that you can download. Do you think that would be helpful, Kevin? That way you could come to the morning ritual and feel rehearsed and ready to try the new old thing, right? I'm trying to be cognizant of those introducing new things. I don't want us to get too cloudy, right? That would be from chord chemistry series. Any plan on covering more TED books like modern chord progressions in the future? Yeah, I've got all of that stuff, and all I'm doing is walking through chord chemistry, like literally page by page, chord by chord, word by word, and the goal is to get that series of that sequence of reference videos down. So that way, if you wanted to go look at something in the book, you know exactly which page to look, which page you're on. You can go reference it in that. So if you go through the book, and if you're not on a sequential run through the book, you can know where to go and which page to get, which video to get to, and so on and so forth. So this is it's a very exciting thing for me, and it's something I always wish I had when I was sitting in practice rooms in the university, So yeah, and it's free, I thought maybe it's probably worth just sharing that stuff. tedgreen.com is a really nice, solid resource to check too. So let's take a look at figure number 2. I know we get excited, we're gonna start wrapping it up, but here is whoa, this is the famous Steve Vai 10-hour guitar workout. And I'm still not sure if this is backwards when you see the text. I think it was backwards, wasn't it? Is it backwards when you see the font? Or is it correct? Okay. All right, let's take a look at figure number 2, which is basically that 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise that I just worked through, but we're starting with 1, 3, 4. We're using the first string is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're using the next string is the 2, 3, 4, 1, and then the next string is 3, 4, 1, 2, and then the next string after that is 4, 1, 2, 3. So the next string following would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try to make our way through that. This, once again, I haven't looked at this since what is it, January 1990 is the date of the magazine. So I'm going to go through this, a solid quarter note, so we can think our way through, and I would just love it if you join me. And any other questions about this before I get started, before we hit it? No? Okay. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? Well, let's start it. Let's kick it. We've got 1, 2, you know what to do. 2, 3. Next string is 2, 2, 3, 4, 1. Next string is 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 1. We reset to the 1, and then we reset to the 2, and then we shift up a position to 3, 4, 1, 2 fingers, and then 4, 1, 2. Now we're on 1. And then 2. Then 3. And then 4. And I'm really trying to control my right hand. And then, all right, so we had 4, 1, 2, 3. Now the next position is 1, 2, 3, 4. And I could go, let me just explain this real quick. I feel like it's important. It's important to me, and whether it's important to you is something you'll have to determine for yourself. I'm finding that if I play these slow passages, 1, 2, my pick goes quickly, right? But when we slow everything down, the pick sequencing also slows down, so that when we speed up, everything sequences properly and we don't have to relearn how to do the thing, and all of the timing remains stable. So that's what I'm doing. If you'd like to watch my right hand through this, it might be just a good idea to sit there and watch the right hand go through the process. Okay? So we have 4, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 3, 4, and then 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. These are good exercises, and then 1, 2, and then let's hear it at full speed. Okay. January 1990, I was 2 months old. Oh, TJ, yes. Right into the artery and twisted. Very nice, yeah. That's so funny. All right, so 1. All right, so we want to hear it at full speed. So my recommendation is we work this as slowly as possible to reach mastery at that tempo, and then just build it over the next maybe few weeks or month or whatever, and then you can hear it at full speed. Yeah. Baker, I love that, man. I love that. So let's go ahead and we'll finish it up. 3, 4, 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 1, 2, and then shift position to 3, and then 3, and then 4, and then 1, don't forget to breathe, and then 2, and then 3, then 4, and then we reach position number 9. Let's do, on the way down, let's do 2 attacks per beat. Good. 1, 1, and 2, and here we go. And 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 1, and the pattern emerges, 2, 3, and then your fingers start to say, hey, I agree with you. And then that's where the magic really starts to happen, when you have that 3, and then 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then back down to where we came from. Right, so 3, 4, 1, 2, then 3, and then 4, then back to 1, 2, and then 3, and 4, 1, 2. Yeah, it's good. Good morning. I think my guitar teacher some 15 plus years ago printed me some of these out of a magazine he scanned, or at least Steve Vai stuff out of the mag. Yeah, that's right. It's good stuff to have kicking around. Here's another one that's really fun to do, like on, if you wanted to take that exercise and reduce it to one string, and you could do this, of course, on every string, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that's really interesting, and then you do that on, it's... And then, there would be, let's start it right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and then 3, 4. And then it starts some really interesting patterns on the descent, right? Yeah, and then you could do this on every string. Right. Another thing that would be good to do just today, because we've gotten this far, if you have another couple minutes, we'll start with, a symmetrical finger pattern, which is 1, 3, 4, and we're using just 1, 3, 4 throughout. And we're not using anything, there's no rhyme, there's no reason other than we're exercising 1 and 3 and 4, and then we're doing, we'll do the same thing with 1 and 2 and 4, but it's 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E and a... Right. So we can do all kinds of things with this, it's really about learning to communicate that there's one language that we're attempting to speak and learn through absorbing these exercises. The right hand or the picking hand speaks a language, the left hand or the fretting hand or vice versa they speak separate languages, but when they work together, they work to achieve this monumental human achievement. And that's what we're looking at specializing in over the span of the rest of this year. So if you're here still and you would like to hang out, I'm going to finish up with my warm-up, and you're more than welcome to hang out. The same exercises and more are in the Guitar Grimoire exercise book, pages 188 to 248. That's excellent reference material right there. You can count on Mr. Raoul. So one of the things that we can all benefit from, hey, we made 20 likes today. We made our benchmark. That's wonderful. I didn't have to beg. That's super. Yeah, that's great. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for making it happen. And we have these really gifted players from all over the world right here in the live chat. So it's a wonderful place. It's just a wonderful place filled already with a culture of respect that is just sort of generating itself. And yeah, Vikram Kumar, good morning, kind sir. Good morning, sir. Thank you for chiming in, and thank you for sharing your words and your voice with us. And TJ, I don't think you necessarily need reference for this type of thing. Just use your imagination. So that, you know, I think it's an important thing to use the imagination. I also think it's an important thing. Like if you go through, TJ, like a person like you could go through, or any one of us could go through our lifetime. And if we don't take the moment to journal the thing that we do to make us achieve the next thing, then we lose that sort of, that ladder sort of deteriorates behind us, and then we don't know how to get back. Sometimes we can't, you know, transfer via folk transfer. So the fact that it might be a good idea, it may be a good idea to write your thoughts down and organize them for you, for yourself, but not only for yourself, but as Mr. Ted Green and people like him do this, like Bach, do this over the span of a lifetime. You've developed a repository of human experience that is a gift. That might be the one gift that we leave behind. So it might be important, you know, maybe. I don't know. I do know that the face-to-face, you know, the transferring of information, the folk transfer, you know, culturally was a lot more significant when I needed to come around the campfire and pray for rain, for my crops, for my corn to grow. And I don't need to do that so much now. So a lot of those cultural things that were normalized, those spiritual things that we were accessing through music and through the folk transfer of melody and rhythm and dance and praying, maybe those aren't, those may or may not be encouraged by the popular music scene or the distribution programming, you know. So maybe that's not a big part of it anymore. And maybe it could be a larger part of it, you know. Maybe it could be a larger part. And I'm really happy that you're thinking in those terms. But yeah, using your imagination and just going for it in a discovery-based method is 100%, you know, useful and valid. Absolutely. So if we started here, I'm just going to work on, you know, a couple more things, and then I'm going to call it a day. And you know that I usually use this, you know, part of my rehearsal as a, you know, a part and parcel to access tonal playing. So I'm going to use, you know, because Mr. Kevin Haas wants to work on arpeggios. So what we want to do is identify weak links for ourselves, communicate it in the live chat if you got the brass tacks to do that. And many of us do. We just kind of, we're beyond the ego. We're driven to do the good thing. And we're going to say, you know, hey, I need to work on this more. I need to work on this less. And as the herd starts to move through 2025, this live process of the morning ritual will evolve. It will evolve with the herd, okay? And so the herd is an important part of why we're doing this. So just keep that in mind, please. Major 7 arpeggios, root 3, 5, 7, root 3, 5, 7, root. Yeah, root 6, C. Root 5, I'm only working on root 5, root 6, and root 5 arpeggios. And then there's the root 5, F major 7. Then I go down to the same thing. So C major 7, F major 7, B flat major 7, E flat major 7, A flat major 7, D flat major 7, G flat major 7, and then C flat major 7, which is a fourth above G flat, C flat, or B major 7, and then E, A, D, G major 7, C. couldn't help, you know, just going through a Zeppelin phase, I guess. But we're using, you know, 1E and a, 2E and a, TE and a, 4E and a, and then back at C major 7 again. Only we've gone through the entire cycle 4. Yeah, so that's another thing that I like to work on is arpeggios. Minor 7 arpeggios that way. You know, dominant 7 arpeggios. That's okay. You take with the good with the bad. You know, you're going to see me do that kind of stuff more than I care to kind of let it happen. But it's just going to happen. It's just a live stream. And it is reality, you know. And I'm okay with where I am with my technique and my technical proficiencies. Can I do better? Of course I can. You know, that's why I'm here. Why we're all here, to be better people and better guitar players than we were yesterday. Yeah. So here's minor 7 flat 5, just through the cycle. And these are all root inversion. And of course, you know, we could use voicings that are not root inversion. There it is. No shortage of stuff to do. Got to run here also until tomorrow. Have a great day. Arpeggio work it is. All right, Kevin. I thought it was getting about time for us to start jumping. And I'm going to use you as a marker to keep this show on the road. So if you're here and when you jump, I'm going to use that as a time to start wrapping it up. So thanks, Kevin. And that means that we're running up against the end of our time together. And now's a great time to finish up and get some stretching done. And any last minute comments or questions, just get those things happening. Now's a wonderful time for that. And yeah, Zeppelin, yes, yeah, 10 years gone. Neck bending, let's go. Oh, neck bending, yeah, neck running. We're gonna do some neck running tomorrow morning. Gotta get to work. See you tomorrow. Yeah, Anthony, I didn't see you are taking off. I'm glad you were here, man. Thanks again. Arpeggio, 𝗵𝗵𝘃𝗃. Oh, do you have the Harvard Dictionary of Music? If you don't have that, man, I think TJ, it sounds like you might enjoy that. I'm sure you have it, but if you don't, how to pluralize? Who knows? Just need to know how to play. Yeah, take a look at that Harvard Dictionary of Music. You're going to like that. I'll try to send it in a link in my community forum and stuff. Write a link on the community page. And got to run here also. Anybody have any last minute questions or concerns for the guitar day coming up? Anybody doing any recording today? Anybody doing any writing today? Any publishing today? Any jamming today? All right, well, I think no questions. Have a great day. There you go, TJ. Right on. We'll see you all tomorrow morning at same bat time, same bat channel. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. And until we meet again, happy picking. There it is. Let's keep on keeping on. I guess happy picking would be a good answer.